the Tony Tone Show on Vintage Sound 93.1 FM. One of the most iconic voices of our time belongs to the legendary Carly Simon. A string of hit songs. She's won awards. And for some reason, she agreed to call a radio guy in Muscatine, Iowa. I'm nervous. I know she can hear me right now, and hopefully she doesn't hold it against me. On the MPW Digital TV Celebrity Hotline, Carly Simon, hello.
Good morning, Tony.
Carly Simon, this is like a dream come true. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. How are you?
I'm doing so well. I got to tell you, this is like perfect timing with Christmas this weekend. So I guess my first question is, do you have big plans for Christmas on Sunday?
We have the usual, which is family all coming over here and having an amazing dinner, which has to satisfy everybody's taste, because there's a vegan and there's a non-vegan and there's a hieroglyph and there's a undersea eater only. And there's so everybody has different requirements and different special Christmas type. But we all gather around and sing, and there are about 10 guitars laid out on all the couches around the house, and candles burning, and fires lit, and the stove, and fires lit in the in the hall. And it's a beautiful picture here.
What time should I be over? Because that sounds amazing. I mean,
yeah, it's pretty nice. Well, we're going to have a Christmas party on the 23rd, so okay. You're probably going to miss that one if you come on Christmas Day.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so wonderful. So I was going to ask about that because you have made some wonderful music, and I guess I didn't want to assume that maybe when you don't have to play music, you still did, but that seems to be the case, that you're not at a point where you don't want to pick up a guitar and play a tune, or even if it's with just family and friends, or is that more special to you?
It's always special to me to play a song, and I also thought I was losing my voice for a couple of years, and it was just hoarse all the time, and now I've gotten my voice back. God knows why. Just kind of spiritual gift to me that I've gotten my voice back, so now it's stronger than ever. And I recorded a Christmas album a couple of years ago, which gets played every year. I don't know. Are you a music station?
Yes, absolutely, and we have 100% control of our playlist, which is great. Oh,
well, if you have my album "Christmas Is Almost Here," then there's or if not, there's an electronic, not an electronic. It's on
iTunes or whatever. Yeah.
You can bring it down through the little hole in the top of your head and then onto the waves. And it's called "The Night Before Christmas." It's a song of mine which is released every year.
Well, I tell you what, on Thursday I'm planning on doing a bunch of Christmas music, and I will absolutely play that. And I heard it, and it's great. So yeah, for sure, of course. And I think that with Christmas music, it can be. There's a lot of it out there. So when you find something that's as good as "The Night Before Christmas," it's sort of refreshing. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a very nice song, and so is the entire record. So was it your idea to do the Christmas record? Were you approached about it, or what?
No, it was. I happened to be in L.A. a couple of years ago. It was actually about 10 years ago, and I met a friend of mine named Don Was, who's a producer and a friend of mine and a bass player. And I said, "What are you doing for the next 4 days? You feel like making a Christmas record?" And he said, "Sure, that'd be great." And I said, "Let's make it in my hotel room," I was staying at the Peninsula in Los Angeles. So he came over just with his laptop, and we had a guitarist in the bathroom, bass player in the closet, another one in the bureau. Just all strewn over just around the bedroom, and we finished it in 3 days.
Wow! And
then Don was called by the Rolling Stones to go to Paris to finish their record. So I finished it by myself. I finished mixing it by myself, and Don still owes me one.
I was going to say, but that's tremendous, Carly. That's such an organic way to do it. I love that. Just 3 days, huh?
Well, it was so much fun, and when you listen to the record, you can kind of hear. I mean, it's full of terrific musicianship, just the various people that were playing on it. And then Willie Nelson came and sang a duet with me on it. Pretty Paper is a song of his. And there were some amazing players on that album, and there are pictures of them, all of them, if you get the actual three-dimensional recording.
Right. And that's where I'm at.
It's good to have pictures.
It is.
Like having pictures of the musicians.
And it's so exciting that vinyl has seen such a resurgence, and I've asked people this often. I talked to Steven Van Zandt last week about it, and how do you feel as an artist to know that vinyl has had such a strong comeback?
Well, I'm so excited because just about all of my albums up until about 1996 were in vinyl. Is that right? Or am I? When did vinyl stop? When did they stop issuing?
I think it was like 96 because it went all to CDs.
Yeah. So I still have, of course, all of my early albums still in in vinyl. And there'll never be ones quite like that because I don't think I don't know if they're making them out of the same thing, or maybe they put some new kind of cake flour in it now, or yeast rise or something. It's not going to be exactly the same, but
right.
but it's so wonderful, and there is that great sound of the arm going over the record and going up.
Right.
It's real.
And it's such a tangible thing. We have to talk about the book, Boys in the Trees, a memoir, which is available in paperback now. And for people that are listening, would make a great Christmas present for the Carly Simon fan in your house. I wonder, when you finished the book, was it therapeutic, the process of writing it? Was it stressful? How are the emotions when you write a book like that, Carly? Because I haven't written a book yet, so I often wonder about that.
Well, I covered most of the period of my early youth and up until the end of my first marriage. And so it was covering a lot of territory, but I had diaries for the whole time, and so it was like looking back over my diaries and just remembering everything through the lens of my various different handwritings over the years, but just remembering everything kind of through the little girl that wrote those diaries when I was 8 and 9 and 10 years old, and then meeting my first boyfriend when I was 11, and learning about music, because I couldn't talk very well when I was a kid. I had a combination of dyslexia and a terrible stammer, so it was such a relief to me to discover music because I could communicate all of a sudden.
I love that. I love that you had diaries along the way, and I know that we're running out of time, but there's two things I wanted to ask you before we wrap up, and the first one can be quick. Where do you keep the Grammy, the Academy Award, and the Golden Globe? Are they in the same place, or what?
I usually keep them all together with my shoes.
Love that.
And then every year at the time when the Oscars are on TV, I bring the guy out for the night and just put him in front of the TV to watch it.
And the last question I wanted to ask is, was there a part of you, Carly, that, because you'd been asked about it for so many years, for so long, you're so vain, was there a part of you that never wanted to say anything about it and just always have it be a mystery?
Well, it is still a mystery, so yes, I would say yes. Because it's even just when you think it's safe to go back in the water and think you know it, you don't.
Oh my gosh, it's like Jaws. I love it. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of it, Carly. I don't know. It's such a great song, though, and I love the mysterious angle to it. It's so wonderful. Listen, I want to thank you so much for the time. The fact that you did this has made my day, and quite frankly, this has been a tough year in the music business and the folks that we've talked to and the folks that we've lost. So you've been a ray of sunshine, and I hope everybody listening picks up Boys in the Trees, a memoir, and grabs the Christmas record, specifically The Night Before Christmas, the song, which we'll play on Thursday. Carly, Merry Christmas. Thank you so much.
Thank you very, very much for talking to me.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.